Parents of the abducted schoolgirls in Dapchi, Yobe State are grieving the abduction of their daughters from the government Girls Science and Technical College. And TVC News senior correspondent Femi Akonde got first-hand account of the trauma the parents missing their girls.
A parent of one of the abducted Dapchi girls showing me photos of the last moments he shared with his daughter 3 days before suspected Boko Haram terrorists attacked her school. 14-year-old Hawa Lawan, a senior secondary school student, was unlucky, and her unhappy father is among the grief-stricken lot of Dapchi community in Busari local government of Yobe State.
So how does this make you feel now? Would you still allow the remaining two of your daughters go back to school?
Now, this school?
Impossible.
Impossible.
Dapchi was relatively peaceful until the attack on the government Girls Science and Technical College. Now everyone is on the edge, apprehensive of another attack. Though it may seem as if life goes on around here, but for most of them, life will never remain the same. I also met Kadau Deri. His daughter Aisha is one of the girls in captivity. Just like many others in the community, he is curious about the withdrawal of the military from Dapchi less than 3 weeks before the abduction of schoolgirls. He says the attackers tricked the panicky schoolgirls to believe they are soldiers who have come to take them to safety.
These people come into the town around 6 something. People are praying. So they say, they are not after the people. You just go ahead with their prayers. So they ask, where is the school? So nobody answered them there is school. So they start shooting, alerting people that the arrival is in the town. So from there, they didn't get any access to the school. So later on, when they discover where the school is, so they came with their luxurious bus like this. So they are calling the students. When they started running away, some they started running away. From there, they bring the lorry down straight to a mini ghetto where they have access to run. So they say, we are the military men. We come now. We will rescue people now. Just enter the lorry now. Just enter the lorry. So some discover that is not military men then. They just started calling that, come now, we don't get the school, we don't get where the school premises, by the light of her horn. So there is one lady realized that she just come out of the car, come out of that bus, she just following and just started running. That is why she escaped. So by the time when they gathered them and put them into the car, they are crowning, shouting, people are hearing what is happening. So that is my assurance. Then secondly, when they left the town, there is a nearby village where the people are settling. They have been hearing the noise of the children crying for help. From there, then they left.
Tears from a mother's eyes with a heavy heart and a daughter whose whereabouts is unknown. This is the family compound of Walida Adamu, abducted by Boko Haram terrorists.
You don't expect us to protect our daughters with knives and sticks against men carrying guns. We are helpless. We don't feel safe anymore.
Unknowingly to the rural dwellers in Dapchi, the schoolgirls' abduction may have strengthened the bond in this community as they gather in clusters, hoping to wake up from this nightmare soon. Assurances from the president that the missing girls will be found also raises the hopes of the anxious parents. But the visit of the federal government officials for an on-the-spot assessment of the situation and the ongoing reconnaissance by the military has so far not yielded results. A strange silence has enveloped the surroundings of the government Girls Science and Technical College in Dapchi after Monday's abduction of more than 100 girls from their dormitory. I was told that these girls were rounded up just around here when the attackers struck and ferried them away into captivity. And now the waiting game is on for the rescue of these girls. But for how long will the grieving parents wait to be reunited with their missing daughters? Femi Akonde, TVC News, Dapchi, Yobe State.